Hi there, I am Momones Jallo, and this for you is Multisports. And if you are watching, you all know what is happening today. By just looking at the background, it's just like we are inside the Stadium of Light in Lisbon. And by that, I mean it is the Champions League final today, the biggest game in world club football. And who are playing, we all know. Two sides from the same city, Atletico Madrid taking on Real Madrid. That is going to be our our main talking point today. But until that, we have other stories also, other developing stories that are happening in the country. And as I speak, less than few hours, there has been a press conference that, less than few minutes I can say, a press conference was convened at the Independence Stadium. It ended some few minutes ago. And the press conference was jointly organized by the National Sports Council and the Gambia Football Federation, the suspended, members of the suspended Gambia Football Federation. We will talk about that developing story. And also, we'll be talking about our very own Papa Gassama, who is on his way to the World Cup. He was recently at State House to bid the country farewell. We'll be talking about that as well. But until then, until we get to the show, I have my guest. I don't call him a guest. He's part of the program now, and he's no one other than Babukar Kamara, sports editor at the Daily Observer. Babukar, welcome.
Welcome, Modest. Once again, it's good to be back on the show.
Yeah. How do you feel seeing the Stadium of Light there?
Well, the biggest club football game on earth. Two teams from the same city. But that's where the comparison stops. And, well, would I say a day with destiny for Madrid? But hey, the pretenders are going to be there trying to spoil the party.
La Decima?
La Decima. You know, I mean,
the perfect 10.
Billions of euros of trying to win that 10th title. But the pretender, I would call it, our city rivals, Atletico, are there. and they are forced to be reckoned with.
Are you scared?
Well, I'm not scared.
You're nervous?
I am not nervous either. Madrid is in my DNA, and whenever Madrid is playing, even when they are losing 3-0 with 5 minutes to go, I'm still the hopeful fan. When it is Madrid, I'm still hopeful.
But don't pray to be losing 5-0 today. Don't 3-0 with five minutes to go in this game today.
That's not going to happen. That's not possible.
Anyway, we'll be talking exclusively about the Champions League final between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. For the first time, two clubs from the same city playing in European club final. Who is going to be crowned? Who is going to be reign the champions of Europe? Will it be Atletico Madrid or will it be Real Madrid? One thing we are certain, trophy parade will happen in Madrid. Whether it is going to be Real or whether it's going to be Atletico, but there is going to be the Champions League trophy parade that is going to take place in Real Madrid. We will open the line shortly so that you can have your say on who is going to win the Champions League, your take, your views, your predictions on who is going to be crowned champions of Europe shortly. But first, after weeks of uncertainty surrounding Gambian football, we all know what happened in the past few weeks. There has been a good development, if I may call it that way, and that is the suspension of the GFF executive. The 4 GFF executives has been lifted, and the development was communicated to the press not long ago at the Independence Stadium in a joint press conference between members of the National Sports Council and members of the GFF. Babukar, you and I were not there because of the program, but we were briefed on what happened.
Yeah, that's true. We've heard that the suspension on the GFF4 by the Sports Council has been lifted, and I think with the events of the past weeks, this is the best news that could happen as far as Gambian football is concerned. It is the way forward. Like you said, we were not there, but we were reliably informed that the executive director of the Sports Council, that is Abdul Aziz Sitaw Mendy, announced the lifting of the suspension and also committing to engage each other, both parties, to ensuring that the universal ban that CAF put on the country is lifted. And I think that's the way forward, obviously, for the two parties to consult each other. I mean, so that the suspension is lifted, because it is definitely going to hurt our football.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this is a breaking news that is just coming in. Details are sketchy, but all we can tell you is that the ban has been lifted, and Babgar, I believe that is good for Gambian football, and then we move forward.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely. In fact, I couldn't agree more. You see, it is no time for blame game. The blame game should cease. You know, with the events of the past week. Let's just work together. Try to convince CAF that you know, they should lift the universal ban on our football, even though it's going to be very, very difficult. You know, make no mistake about that. But it is not impossible in the sense that CAF's decision to ban the country universally. It all has to do with the under 20, but with the registration of a particular player, that is Ali Sow, who, according to CAF, was registered in a GAMTEL competition for the Confederation of African Football, the Confederation Cup rather. He was registered by GAMTEL, according to CAF, with the age 1988, that's the date of birth 1988. And then in 2012 as well, he was registered by the GFF with the date of birth 1994. But the federation maintained that the false registration was a data entry error. So let's hope that it's a data entry error, because to CAF, the decision to